Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the news from Saba Satellite Channel from Marib. Let's begin with the headlines. Deputy Speaker Basurra called for investigating Houthi crimes at IPU Assembly in Geneva.
Defense Minister Ad-Da'iri, national unity key to defeating the Houthi militia.
Over 21,000 students and teachers martyred in Israeli aggression on Gaza.
Welcome once again, and here are the details. In Geneva, Deputy Speaker of Parliament Mohsen Basurra addressed the 151st Inter-Parliamentary Union Assembly, urging member parliaments to investigate the grave violations committed by the Iran-backed Houthi militia against Yemeni civilians and lawmakers. He reviewed Yemen's humanitarian and economic crisis after a decade of war, citing child recruitment, misuse of aid, confiscation of MBS property, and Houthi attacks on oil facilities that deepened the living crisis.
Basurra called for stronger global efforts to promote peace, justice, and human dignity, thanking Saudi Arabia and the UAE for their continued support to Yemen's recovery. He also condemned Israeli aggression in Gaza, urging recognition of the state of Palestine and implementation of international justice rulings. On the sidelines, Basurra met with UAE Federal National Council member Dr. Adi Al-Naimi, discussing ways to coordinate parliamentary action to expose Houthi crimes and advance Arab unity and peace.
In Taiz, Minister of Defense and Chairman of the Supreme Security Committee, Lieutenant General Mohsen Ad-Da'iri, together with Governor Nabil Shamsan, chaired an expanded meeting of the Taiz Security Committee to review the latest military and security developments. The meeting discussed the progress of the joint security campaign aimed at pursuing criminal elements outside the law and strengthening security and stability across the governorate.
Mr. Ad-Da'iri commended recent security achievements, including the arrest of wanted individuals. He urged greater coordination and cooperation between security and military agencies in partnership with local authorities. He called for setting aside differences and confronting existential threat posed by the Iran-backed Houthi militia, stressing the need to unify national efforts and mobilize all resources to end its rebellion. The meeting also encouraged journalists, media professionals, and social media activists to play a constructive role in promoting unity, public awareness, and support for state institutions to ensure security and stability in Taiz.
In Aden, Minister of Justice Badr Al-Arida met with UNHCR officials to discuss strengthening legal protection for refugees and displaced persons in Yemen. The talks focused on coordination between the ministry and the UNHCR to enhance refugee protection and promote awareness of legal rights and obligations under international conventions ratified by Yemen. Minister Al-Arida emphasized the importance of expanding cooperation to ensure fair and equal treatment of refugees, while highlighting the challenges Yemen faces from the growing influx of illegal migrants during difficult times.
The UNHCR representative commended Yemen's humanitarian role and commitment to international agreements, affirming the agency's support for government efforts to improve refugee conditions and strengthen legal safeguard. The meeting reflected Yemen's continued partnership with international organizations to uphold justice, human rights, and humanitarian values despite ongoing challenges.
Also in Aden, Minister of Public Health and Population Dr. Qasim Buhaybih chaired a meeting with a technical team from the Ministry and World Health Organization, attended by WHO representative to Yemen, Dr. Saeed Jaffer. The meeting reviewed the results of a comprehensive health and nutrition survey in the Socotra archipelago, carried out by the World Health Organization with funding from the Zaid Humanitarian Foundation of United Arab Emirates. The assessment conveyed primary health care services for mothers, newborns, and children, including immunization, nutrition, laboratory services, maternal care, and emergency response, while identifying strengths and gaps across Socotra's health facilities.
A set of practical recommendations was presented to help close service gaps and establish a community engagement and risk communication committee to ensure ongoing follow-up. Minister Buhaibeh highlighted the project's importance in enhancing the efficiency and quality of healthcare in Socotra, expressing hope that it will mark a significant step toward improving health and nutrition services for island residents.
Minister of Information, Culture and Tourism Muammar Al-Iryani said the message sent by Iranian Revolutionary Guard Commander Mohammad Pakabor to the Houthi militia after the death of Mohammad al-Ghumari is a direct admission of Tehran's control over the group and its full integration into the Iranian Revolutionary Guard structure. He warned that Pakapor's pledge to expand military support exposes Iran's leadership role in the Houthi war and confirms that decisions of war and peace in Sana'a are made in Tehran.
Al-Iryani added that Iran is using Yemen as an advanced base for its regional project, threatening Arab and international security, and that the Houthis' slogans of freedom and merely a cover of Iran's expansionist agenda. He urged a firm Arab and international response to dismantle the Revolutionary Guard's terrorist network before its violence spreads further across the region.
In Mukalla, Governor of Hadramaut Mabkhut bin Mahdi met with a delegation from the Office of the UN Special Envoy to Yemen, led by Masaki Watanabe, to discuss the political, economic and security situation in the governorate and ongoing peace efforts. Governor bin Mahdi welcomed the delegation and commended the UN's support for peace, affirming that Hadramaut remains a haven of peace and coexistence, hosting hundreds of thousands of displaced families who have settled safely within its communities.
He reviewed the government's efforts to maintain stability and provide services despite challenges, noting that the Houthi attacks on oil facilities have weakened the national economy and hampered recovery. The UN delegation reaffirmed the envoy's commitment to inclusive dialogue with all Yemeni stakeholders, recognizing Hadramaut's vital role in achieving lasting peace across the country.
In another context, the Ministry of Social Affairs and Labor strongly condemned the armed raid by the Houthi militia on the United Nations residential compound in Sana'a on Saturday, October 18, 2025. According to the ministry, the militia forced 15 international UN staff members from their homes and offices, detaining them in the courtyard on one of the buildings, while local employees were held in the basement.
During a meeting chaired by Minister Dr. Mohammed Al-Zawari, the ministry renewed its call for UN agencies and international organizations to relocate the main offices in the interim capital, Aden, to operate under the supervision of Yemen's internationally recognized government. The minister affirmed the government's readiness to provide all necessary facilities to ensure the smooth delivery of humanitarian and development work.
The meeting also reviewed the ministry's plan to shut down unlicensed private employment offices in Aden and other liberated governorates. In coordination with the security authorities, it further commended Yemen's active participation, led by Minister Al-Zaouri, in the 6th Islamic Conference of Labor Ministers in Doha, where Yemen signed the statute of the OIC Labor Center, a step expected to boost cooperation and training opportunities across member states.
In Taiz, 2 women were injured when the Iran-backed Houthi militia shelled residential homes in Makbana district, west of the city. Local officials say the attack targeted a Suwaihira village in the Barasha area, where mortar fire hit civilian homes. Among the injured, 35-year-old Yomn Ali Isa, who sustained shrapnel wounds to the chest, and the 30-year-old Bushra Ahmed Thabit, who was struck in the head.
The attack also caused widespread panic among women and children and severe damage to several homes, including that of Abdullah Sinan Khawaif. The local authority in Makbana condemned the incident, describing it as another terrorist act by Houthi militia, reflecting its brutality and disregard of civilian lives in Taiz Governorate. This latest attack comes as part of the militia's ongoing violations across Yemen, targeting populated areas and undermining peace efforts.
In Palestine, the Ministry of Education and Higher Education announced that more than 21,000 students, teachers and staff members have been martyred since the start of the Israeli aggression on Gaza and the West Bank. The ministry's report detailed that over 20,000 students have lost their lives and more than 31,000 others were wounded, while more than 1,000 teachers and administrators were also killed and nearly 5,000 injured.
The statement added that Gaza alone accounted for nearly 20,000 student martyrs, while the West Bank recorded 148 student deaths and hundreds of arrests. The ministry condemned the ongoing Israeli crimes against the Palestinian people and denounced the continued silence of the international community in the face of these grave humanitarian violations. This has been the news from Saba Satellite Channel. Thank you for watching and have a good time.